friends, welcome back to Stories with Pastor Macy. Today we are going to read another story from the book Parables of Fenton Forest, which we've read some stories out of before. It is produced by Southern Adventist University, and so at the beginning it has a little blurb about the college. So I want to start with that blurb. This story is How to Destroy Your Enemies, and the blurb is labeled Kindness. Turning a difficult relationship into a fulfilling relationship takes ingenuity, determination, and most importantly, an understanding and compassionate heart. At Southern, student leaders develop friendships as they lead ministries and plan activities that show kindness to others on campus and in the community. And I just want to add that yes, that is true of Southern Adventist University, but it is also true of our other schools like Walla Walla University and Andrews University and Portland Adventist Academy and Rivergate Adventist School and lots of others. And if you haven't had the opportunity to go to one of those schools and you want to, make sure to fill out a worthy student application, and we'll see if we can help you at Tabernacle with some of that funding. So today's story is How to Destroy Your Enemies, and here is the picture on the title page. Once upon a time, in Fenton Forest, Scamper Squirrel was preparing for the winter by filling his storehouse with nuts. This year, as he was going about his work, he thought to himself, "Either the winters are getting harder or I'm getting older, because I am not able to gather and store as many nuts as I have in past years." Scamper soon learned why he was having problems collecting as many nuts as usual. He discovered that Jackie Jay was not gathering his own nuts, but was taking the nuts that Scamper had so carefully sorted and stored. Scamper didn't know what to do. He couldn't fight with Jackie very well. He tried talking to him, but that did no good. Jackie would just squawk loudly, act innocent, and continue stealing Scamper's nuts. Scamper decided to seek advice from Wise Old Owl, so he told him what Jackie was doing. Wise Old Owl thought about the problem and then suggested a plan. Scamper didn't like the plan at first, but then decided he had nothing to lose. The next day, as he was collecting nuts, he made a special pile for Jackie. While he was working, he saw Jackie come sneaking around the corner of the storehouse, preparing to steal some of Scamper's nuts. Instead of chasing him away, Scamper called to Jackie, pointing to a rather large pile of good nuts, and he said, "Here, Jackie, I gathered these nuts just for you this morning." "What?" said Jackie incredulously. "You mean these are for me?" "Yes," replied Scamper. "I know how you like them. Rather than taking them out of the storehouse, you can take these nuts I picked just for you." Jackie eyed the pile of nuts carefully. He walked around the pile, cocking his head first at one angle and then another. "Is there a bomb in it?" he asked. No, said Scamper. "I frequently pick some extra nuts for my friends. Why, just yesterday I gave a pile almost this big to Randy Raccoon. This pile is for you." Jackie looked at the pile some more. He was still suspicious that it was a trick. "Are these all the wormy ones that you're throwing away?" he asked. "No, some of those nuts are the best ones I could find," Scamper replied. Jackie picked up a small pebble at his feet and flew over to the pile of nuts, dropping the pebble in the middle of the pile. He expected an explosion, but there was nothing. Just a few nuts rolled off of the top of the pile. "I'm not sure why you are doing this," squawked Jackie, "but someday I will find out. As for now, I will take your nuts." No, cried Scamper. "They're not my nuts. They're yours. I gave them to you." Jackie carried the nuts to the tree, and Scamper went back to work. Jackie checked each of the nuts. When he found that they were very good nuts and that there was not a trick. He not only stopped stealing from Scamper, but he also brought him some of the special nuts that Jackie found deep in the forest where Scamper had never traveled. Thanks to Wise Old Owl, Scamper discovered that the best way of getting rid of an enemy is to make him your friend. There is a picture of Jackie Jay and Scamper Squirrel. And our story ends with a quote by Ellen G. White. God tests and proves us by the common occurrences of life. It is the little things which reveal the chapters of the heart. So recently, you may have seen on the news that there's some stuff happening, and people aren't always being nice to each other like they should be. And that's led to people not always being nice to the possessions and the property, the stuff that other people own. And so I just want to encourage you to be like Scamper, to follow the advice of Wise Old Owl and to be nice to everybody, and maybe be especially nice to people who aren't being very nice back right now. I will hope to see you again very soon and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.